Welcome back to the third episode of Zero to Hero. Now, in this episode, I will actually show you how you can add different kind of views and multiple views rather than just one. So at the moment here, you can see that we have already the text that we did from last episode. Now, what happens if we want to add another row or another line of text? Let's go ahead and try this. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to type in text, and I'm going to type in something else. And as you can see, Xcode just gets completely confused and it has no idea what it's doing. It creates two completely different pages for you. That's not what we want. We want to display both of them on top of each other. So what are we going to do? We're going to use something called Vstack, or in other words, a vertical stack. Vertical stacks allows us to pretty much put views vertically on top of each other. To do this, all we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to type in Vstack, and we're going to copy whatever we wrote here and cut it and paste it inside. And all of a sudden, now this works. In fact, we can repeat this so many other times, and as you can see, it will always works. Vstacks allow us to pretty much just add multiple views on top of each other. Now, because we're actually creating an app here at the end of the day, we need to follow Apple's program. So what we're going to do is we're going to give this app a title, and we're going to pretty much call it To Hero Rock. And after that, we're going to give it some explanation. To do that, we're going to say Joshua Tree National Park. Now, of course, we don't want it to be black and purple. Instead, what I will actually do is I will make this also black. And now this is exactly how they want it to look like. Now, what we can do is we can actually use the very easy method of aligning things, and we want to basically make both of them aligned to the left side. So to do that, what we can do is we can go to the VStack, we can open and close a bracket, and over here we're going to type in alignment. And instead of saying center, we're actually going to say dot leading. And we're going to remove everything else after that. And as you can see, now they're both aligned to the left side rather than at the center. And what we can do as well is that we can actually put a font to our text here, and we are going to say font dot sub headline. And now this will be very suitable and exactly how we actually wanted it. Something else we can do is that instead of having the title as a large title, what we can do is we can simply add it as title, just because it was a bit too long. And now, as you can see, we have the title, Total Rock, and some more information about it. But we also want to add the location of where this is. To do that, we want to add it to the right side of this. So what we are going to do now is we're going to be adding a HStack, and we're going to be adding it over here, and we're going to copy the text, and basically we want it to be right on the same line as Joshua National Park, but on the far right. So all we're going to be doing now is we're going to be typing text. And where is this park? It's in California, so I'll simply say California. And now, as you can see, it's on the same line and exactly how we want it. However, we want to space it out completely. So what I'm going to do is I'll go over here and I'll simply type in spacer. And that allows us to pretty much stretch everything to the far right, or stretch it as much as you can. Now, why did we use a HStack here? And that's because vertical stacks allows us to stack things vertically. HStacks allows us to stack things horizontally, as you can see. Now, if you're someone who ever used an app on an iPad or an iPhone, you'll realize that this view doesn't really make you comfortable. Everything is just too close to the edge. So to fix this, we're going to click on this arrow. We're going to see exactly where our VStack ends, and it ends over here. And we're going to type in dot padding. And in just a few minutes, as you can see, it's now padded, and it looks much better to the eye, and things are not just too close to the edge. Okay, perfect. So in this episode, you actually learned a lot. You learned how to combine two different views, both vertically and horizontally. So you learned how to add multiple texts and how to add that on top of each other and on the side of each other. You also learned how to add padding. In the next episode, I'll show you how you can add images and how we can make this view look a little bit or much more cooler. See you in the next episode.